The Shadow of the Crown, A Tale from Malta. In a narrow alleyway in Valletta, specifically in the spring of 1956, the sound of church bells mingled with the voices of street vendors. Life seemed to be going on calmly, but behind it lay a political turmoil as intense as the Mediterranean sun. Antonio Grech, a Catholic schoolteacher, was a quiet man, but for months he had become a familiar face at political meetings. He wasn't a big speechmaker, but he believed in something that few could agree on, that Malta's survival under the British Crown was not slavery, but an opportunity. In a small hall beneath St. John's Church, men from all walks of life gathered. Some of them belonged to the Maltese Labour Party, led by Dom Mintoff, which was pushing for independence and accession to the Commonwealth as a sovereign state. Others, like Antonio, saw the link with Britain as a source of economic security and stability, given the island's fragile financial and political situation. Antonio stood up and said, his voice calm enough to silence the angry crowds. "Do you know what gives a child a sense of security? The hand of his father. If we give Britain free rein today, who will feed our children? Who will protect our churches from manipulation?" His words touched some hearts, but most of the audience remained immersed in the idea of freedom, even if it came at a high price. However, Antonio was not alone. In the alleys, in the cafes, in the fields, there were many voices, women and men, fearing the unknown and loving the idea of belonging to something larger, more stable. Britain, despite its colonialism, was for these people a symbol of order, social security, healthcare, and free schools. Then came the referendum. In February 1956, the government called on the people to vote on a proposal for a union between Malta and Britain, under which Malta would be treated like Scotland or Wales, with representation in the British Parliament. Many believed that the people would enthusiastically cheer for secession, but the reality became clear. Less than half of those eligible to vote participated, and the majority of voters supported union with Britain, not independence. Antonio was carried on his shoulders, not because he won, but because people felt he had voiced the fears they had hidden under blankets of poverty and anxiety. In later years, the wind shifted. British policy changed, reality imposed itself, and Malta gained independence in 1964. But Antonio continued to repeat until the end of his life. True independence is not imposed, it is built when the people are ready, not when it is pushed from above.